Over the past decade, Helen Fisher and Lucy Brown have studied thousands of people in lust and in the early stages of love. Their latest experiment? Scanning the brains of those who have been in love for longer than 10 years. They wanted to see if the MRIs of these people's brains showed similar activity to those who had just fallen in love. Does the mental chemistry of love endure, fade, or change?
I think that we've evolved three distinctly different brain systems for love. One is the sex drive, the craving for sexual gratification associated with testosterone in both men and women. The other is romantic love, that elation, the focused attention, the obsessive thinking of early love. And the third is attachment, that sense of calm and security you can feel for a long-term partner.
So after we finish up, do you want to go to lunch?
Sure.
Okay.
Peter Cove has been married to his wife Lee for 24 years. They have 2 children together and run a small business in Manhattan.
Well,
they are the epitome of love and happiness.
My love for Lee is much stronger and deeper now and more complex than it was when it first exploded, and that's the word I would use. There was an explosion at the beginning. That explosion powered the love that has developed over the decades.
Peter agreed to put his love to the test in Helen Fisher's study to see if his brain still pulsed with amorous excitement after 2 decades of marriage.
It is scary. I mean, just think about the idea in the future that a couple is going to get married. It's determined that one or both of them aren't really in love. What do you do with that? Do they then break up? Do they go to a counselor? I mean, how do you handle that?
He's first going to see the picture of Lee, his wife, for 30 seconds. Then there's the countdown, counting backwards from a big number. And that's to change his thinking, get rid of all the thoughts about his wife. And then we're going to show him the picture of his friend.
Come on over.
Oh,
let me take it. Let me take a look.
Been waiting a long time for this.
This one here, you see that little red dot right there? That is your ventral tegmental area, that little factory near the base of the brain that pumps out dopamine and then gives you those feelings of elation and euphoria and the craving for her.
Is that the same area when you first fall in love?
Yes, it is. And that's exactly what we were hoping for. We were really hoping that you would have activity in exactly the same brain region that becomes active when you first fall in love.
Long-term lovers seem to have found a way to keep their dopamine-driven lust centers active.
You see, that, any kind of novelty drives up dopamine.
If I bring people into her life, it just we bring new ideas. We wake up in the morning, say, "Have you thought of this? Do we think of that?" And also, we work together.
Yeah,
so there's this constant refueling of both parts, and a growing and a challenging. We challenge each other.
The news is that you can remain in love with a long-term partner that you feel deeply attached to, something that most people around the world don't believe can happen. You can sustain intense romantic love, and Peter is a beautiful example of that.